So for this project, the Bond Street Theater and New Life Center Foundation worked collaboratively to host a 5-day training in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Thanks to funding from the U.S. State Department through our local U.S. Embassy and Consulate, we brought together 15 Thai and tribal leaders who are working with trauma survivors and at-risk populations in Thailand. The purpose was to provide training in arts and social theater methodologies for community-based healing. Participants learned about best practices for using the arts as a tool to raise awareness and enhance psychosocial well-being, and also just to bring people together. During the training, participants worked on building self-confidence and trust and a sense of agency and recognizing that each person can really make a difference in the world. They also used theater to give voice to concerns that are relevant to the specific populations that each of these participants work with. And so they examined and gave voice to issues of human trafficking, domestic violence, legal status, land rights, and social media addiction. Then after the training was finished, in the month following the training, participants went and applied the skills that they learned, implementing 8 community-based workshops and reaching over 130 participants. They also made plans to expand the reach of the project even further by working together on collaborative projects and integrating what they had learned with their own existing knowledge base. We found that by working collaboratively with other partner organizations in our network, we can sharpen one another's skills and become even more effective as we strive to empower survivors of trauma and support community resilience. So as a part of this workshop, we interacted with each other and used theater games. And as we were doing the theater games, we were learning about what it's like to use our bodies as we interact with one another and to read body language. And it was just so fascinating to explore what that feels like, to really be more self-aware of our bodies in space. One of the exercises we did was that the trainer set aside a specific space on the floor. And then as each person stepped into that space, she used a word of a specific emotion. And we had to then immediately express that emotion using our facial expressions and our body language. It's so amazing how using games like these and different sorts of theater activities can really elicit a lot of amazing conversation about some of the difficult things that we experience in our lives and in our jobs. As these participants work with survivors of trauma, they face some extremely difficult issues. And so being able to explore that with one another through a safe exercise was really wonderfully healing for us.